Thanks for joining us for another edition of Toro Talk. I'm Joel Norman, and we're joined by the head coach of the Mason City Toros, Nick Bruneteau. Nick, hard to believe it. 4 games left in the season. How nice is it, first off, to have all these coming up here at home at the Mason City Arena?
Yeah, it's always nice to play in front of the fans, and I think kind of down the home stretch just to get that playoff vibe and those playoff feeling, kind of going forward. It's nice to play in front of the crowd.
Taking on the New Ulm Steel this weekend, all but 2 of the 8 games against them have come in the new year of 2022. Are you tired of seeing the same team so much, or is it kind of nice you get to see a few more things, and it kind of helps you in that sense for a playoff preparation, seeing a team and realizing what you remember from the last time you faced them?
Yeah, I think that's more so, the advantage is just seeing them recently and kind of helping that playoff mentality kind of, come to more, fruition a little bit more where we'd like it to be. They have a new coach, Alex North, and I've known him for a while. He's a great guy, great coach. So there should be a little bit new twist now that he's kind of had his hands on things for a few weeks. I think a month now. So I would expect them to be a little bit more efficient in how they do things. But it's obviously tough too. They've shuffled in and out a lot of players, so it's no easy task, for him, but no easy task for us either to prepare for a different lineup every night.
Yeah, I imagine it'll be a little different because when he made his debut was the last time they were here at the beginning of the month. So I imagine there's going to be some wrinkles that'll come with him getting his own feel of the team overall. What are some things you've learned about the Steel over the course of the season? Again, mentioning that, of course, they have a new coach and things can change. But a team that's 5th in the division right now, you've seen them plenty. You guys have had undefeated against them so far. What have been some of your takeaways against New Ulm this year?
I think especially recently, and I think that happens sometimes when you have a new coach, is, when we played them, there's a lot of shot blocks, a lot more effort, I thought, than, maybe early on, and I think that comes with having a new coach. Their goaltending was very good last time we played them in New Ulm, so I would expect a little bit more of that. And they have some defensemen they're mobile, but they're willing to sacrifice the body, kind of that shot blocking mentality. So they're not an easy team to play against. Obviously, they're short staffed in terms of their roster right now. So that's obviously going to be a key, is trying to wear them down. But they're well coached, and they got some solid players on that team as well.
One of the things you highlighted was goaltending. You guys ran into some tough goaltending this past Sunday against Alexandria. The Blizzard have been a strong team all year. I think some of the games with the Toros have been closer than they've really seemed, despite the Toros winning 6 of the 8 games. Take me through this past Sunday's game. Looked like one that got off to the start that you wanted to, but that second period and then the third period just didn't go the way we wanted.
Yeah, I thought we kind of got away from our game plan and away from our identity. I thought we were, for as good as we were on Saturday night, I think we kind of took our foot off the gas and kind of started to get a little bit more individualistic and got really away from our team game. So that's been the mentality this week. Is it's about playoffs, it's about securing that home ice, and it's about our identity moving forward. Not so much about what New Ulm's going to be doing, but more so what we're doing.
How much is something that, like home ice, how much is something that you guys talk about? I asked assistant coach Marquise Cotton about that, and he mentioned it was a big focus. Is that something you're telling the players, we want to have this, we want to have games 1 and 3 of the first round here?
Definitely. I think it's critical, especially, when it's a team like Wilmer, where both coaching staffs are guys that want to match lines at home and think that you can create significant advantages by doing so. So to have that 2 of the 3 games would be very, very critical. We know that. We know that having the advantage as well with our crowd is another huge thing. So when you add up all those things, I think there's urgency to take care of business this weekend.
It's easy to look ahead to next weekend. That's the fun series. Granite City coming into town. Obviously, a lot of people look forward to that, but you've got this weekend first. Is that something you have to ever stress to players, is to not look ahead and to take this weekend's opponent seriously?
Yeah, that's something we touch on throughout the year, but this weekend more so than ever. We have an opportunity, if we win both games, to get home ice, and if we overlook that and we drop 1, we drop 2 of those games, all of a sudden now, instead of us getting ready for playoffs and having 2 great games against Granite City, now we're under the gun, and there's more pressure to secure home ice. So yeah, there's definitely urgency. We've definitely talked to the guys about it. So we're just hoping to take care of business Friday and go to Saturday.
Absolutely. Nick, last thing I wanted to ask you about, Blake Olvey has been making his comeback slowly. He's played about, I think, 5 or 6 games at this point right now. Got his first goal of the season this past Sunday. I don't know how many people realize how he's been pretty much around all year. He's been a part of this team. What did that mean for you? Again, at that point in the game, it's a little different. But after the fact, you see him get that goal. Did it mean something realizing how much he had really gone through this season to get to that point?
Yeah, and I think the cool thing about him is anytime you have an injury, and he had it, beginning of the year before our first game, you don't know the timeline, you don't know the timetable, you just know that it's a lot of stress, a lot of work to get back to where you were before, and he's crushed his timeline, he's crushed everything about that, his rehab, came back much sooner than even we anticipated, and we couldn't be more excited for him. He's a guy that going into the year, if I had to circle one or two guys that I was the most excited about, he would have been one automatically I would have circled. He's a great player. He's got a really good brain, good hands. And we know he's not, he's still coming along, and, he's got, another week or so where, to work out some of that rust. But getting a goal and kind of, establishing himself as one of the top guys on this team, hopefully moving forward, I think is big for him and big for his confidence and big for us.
Yeah, it's been exciting to see him come back and, like you said, see that confidence grow. Coach, thank you for joining us, and best of luck this weekend.
Thanks, Joel.
That was head coach Nick Bruneteau joining us, and this has been Toro Talk.